Have you ever felt a flicker of fear with each step, wondering if a simple misstep could steal your independence in an instant? For so many seniors, a single fall can turn a morning walk into weeks of recovery, hospital stays, or even the heartbreaking loss of living life on their terms. It's not loud or obvious. It happens quietly, in the blink of an eye, during something as simple as stepping off a curb or walking to the mailbox. But what if you could walk with such confidence that fear no longer holds you back? In this video, we're sharing 5 powerful walking tips. Simple, therapist-approved techniques used by seniors across the country to stay steady, strong, and fearless. No fancy equipment, no gym required. Just small changes that make a life-changing difference. You need to watch until the end because these tips aren't just about preventing falls. They're about reclaiming your freedom, rediscovering your strength, and walking through life with the joy and purpose you deserve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to share the valuable lessons of old age. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Tip 1. Look up, live brighter. The direction of your gaze is more than a matter of where you're looking. It's a guiding force for your entire body, a principle rooted in the biomechanics of human movement as ancient as walking itself. For many seniors, however, the natural tendency to look downward while walking can become an insidious habit. It often stems from a well-meaning desire to stay safe, to vigilantly scan the ground for potential hazards like uneven pavement, stray pebbles, or slick patches. But this downward focus, though seemingly protective, can subtly undermine your stability. When your head tilts forward, it triggers a cascade of postural changes. Your shoulders hunch, your spine curves into an unnatural arc, and your center of gravity shifts forward, disrupting your body's natural alignment. This misalignment not only increases the likelihood of tripping over the very obstacles you're trying to avoid, but also restricts your field of vision, disconnecting you from the broader environment and diminishing the joy of movement. Consider the story of Clara, a vibrant 76-year-old artist whose daily walks through her eclectic neighborhood were a cherished ritual. She loved observing the blooming flower beds, the colorful murals on brick walls, and the friendly bustle of her community. But after a near fall on a cracked sidewalk one autumn afternoon, fear crept in. Clara began fixating on the ground, her eyes glued to every step as she navigated her once familiar paths. "I thought I was being cautious," she recalled, "but I felt more unsteady than ever, and my walk stopped feeling like a joy." Her world, once expansive and inspiring, had shrunk to a narrow strip of pavement. During a consultation with a physical therapist, Clara was introduced to the forward gaze rule. Keep your eyes focused 10 to 15 feet ahead, scanning the ground only briefly when necessary to assess immediate terrain. At first, this felt counterintuitive, even risky. Looking up seemed to leave her vulnerable to unseen hazards. Yet, with patient guidance and practice, Clara began to trust the technique. As she lifted her gaze, her posture transformed, her shoulders relaxed and broadened, her spine straightened, and her steps became smoother and more confident. Beyond the physical benefits, Clara rediscovered the beauty around her. The way sunlight filtered through tree branches, the smiles of passing neighbors, the vibrant life of her neighborhood. "It's like I've been permitted to see the world again," she said, her voice glowing with renewed enthusiasm. You can embrace this transformative shift in your own life. The next time you set out for a walk, whether it's a short stroll to the mailbox or a longer journey through a park, make a deliberate choice to lift your chin and fix your eyes on a point 10 to 15 feet ahead. As you move, notice how your body responds. Your chest opens, your shoulders settle back, and your stride becomes more fluid, as if your body is remembering its natural rhythm. If you feel hesitant, start small. Practice on a familiar, even surface like a driveway or a quiet sidewalk. Over time, this simple adjustment can become second nature, enhancing not only your physical balance but also your connection to the world. By looking up, you're not just reducing the risk of falls. You're reclaiming the freedom to engage with your surroundings, to find joy in the sights and sounds that make each walk a small adventure. Tip 2. Let your arms dance. Your arms are far more than passive companions during a walk. They are dynamic stabilizers, integral to maintaining balance and propelling you forward. In the natural rhythm of walking, each step is paired with a gentle opposite arm swing. As your right leg moves forward, your left arm swings forward, and vice versa. This coordinated motion creates a harmonious counterbalance, keeping your body centered, distributing your weight evenly, and lending a sense of effortless momentum to your stride. For many seniors, however, this instinctive arm swing can fade over time. Shoulder stiffness from arthritis, the use of mobility aids like canes or walkers, or a subconscious fear of falling can cause the arms to remain rigid or locked in place. When your arms stop moving freely, your balance is compromised, your posture becomes strained, and each step requires more effort, transforming what should be a fluid motion into a cautious, unsteady endeavor. Take the example of James, a 72-year-old retired firefighter whose physical strength had always been a cornerstone of his identity. Known for his ability to carry heavy equipment during his career, James took pride in his resilience. But after a minor fall in his driveway, caused by a moment of distraction, he began relying heavily on a walker, gripping it tightly with both hands as he moved. "I didn't even realize how tense I was," he admitted. "My arms were like boards, and every step felt like a battle." His rigid posture was throwing off his balance, making him feel more vulnerable rather than less. During a physical therapy session, his therapist observed his stiff arm position and introduced a subtle but powerful adjustment. James was encouraged to loosen his grip on the walker with one hand, allowing the other arm to swing naturally in sync with his steps. Initially, this felt unnatural, and James worried about relinquishing control. But with encouragement and practice, he began to notice a difference. His movements became lighter, his steps more coordinated, and his confidence grew. "It's like my body remembered how to move the way it used to," he said, a spark of pride returning to his voice. Over the following weeks, James worked on incorporating gentle arm swings even when using the walker, and eventually, he felt steady enough to take short walks with only a cane, his arms moving freely in their natural rhythm. You can rediscover this rhythm in your own body. The next time you walk, whether unaided or with a mobility device, focus on relaxing your elbows and softening your grip. Let your arms swing gently, like pendulums, in time with your steps. Right leg forward, left arm swings forward, and so on. If you use a cane or walker, experiment with loosening your hold with one hand and allowing the other arm to move naturally, even if the swing is subtle at first. If one arm is weaker due to injury, arthritis, or stroke, focus on letting the stronger arm lead the rhythm while keeping the weaker one as relaxed as possible. Start on a flat, familiar surface, like a hallway or a quiet street, and pay attention to how your body feels as the rhythm returns. This isn't just about improving balance. It's about rediscovering the grace and ease of movement, like a quiet dance that carries you through each step with confidence and vitality. By letting your arms move freely, you're not just stabilizing your body. You're reconnecting with the natural, joyful flow of walking through life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Tip 3. Step with purpose, heel to toe. Walking is often perceived as an instinctive, almost effortless act, something we do without much thought after years of practice. However, the precise mechanics of how your foot connects with the ground play a critical role in maintaining stability, preventing injury, and promoting overall mobility, especially as we age. A purposeful, well-executed step, beginning with the heel striking the ground, smoothly rolling through the arch, and concluding with a strong push-off from the toes, creates a fluid, shock-absorbing motion. This heel-to-toe rhythm not only cushions the impact on your joints but also ensures proper alignment of your ankles, knees, hips, and spine, keeping you balanced and firmly grounded with every step. When executed correctly, this technique enhances control, reduces strain on the body, and fosters confidence in movement. Unfortunately, many older adults unknowingly adopt habits that undermine this natural gait. Conditions such as joint pain, arthritis, muscle weakness, or a fear of falling can lead to shuffling steps or flat-footed walking, where the foot lands heavily without the dynamic roll from heel to toe. Shuffling, in particular, minimizes the lifting of the feet, creating a dragging motion that increases the risk of tripping over uneven surfaces, small obstacles, or even one's own feet. Flat-footed walking, on the other hand, eliminates the natural shock absorption of a rolling step, sending jarring forces up through the legs and into the joints, which can exacerbate pain and instability. These altered gaits often develop gradually, sometimes as a subconscious attempt to feel safer, but they ultimately reduce control, diminish balance, and heighten the likelihood of a stumble or fall. Consider the story of Margaret, a vibrant 79-year-old widow who found joy in tending her meticulously cared for rose garden. Her daily walks among the blooms were a source of pride and tranquility, until a frightening misstep on her porch steps changed everything. The incident left her shaken, and out of caution, she began shuffling her feet, barely lifting them from the ground. "I thought keeping my feet low was safer," Margaret explained, her voice carrying a mix of frustration and resignation. "I didn't want to risk another fall." However, this new walking pattern only made her feel less steady, and the constant tension in her legs caused her knees to ache more than ever. Her once cherished garden walks became a source of anxiety rather than joy. Determined to regain her confidence, Margaret sought guidance from a physical therapist who recognized that her shuffling gait was compromising her stability. The therapist introduced her to the heel-to-toe walking technique, starting with simple exercises in the safety of her own home. Margaret practiced walking along her kitchen counter, holding on for support as she focused on landing each step with her heel first, rolling through her arch, and pushing off with her toes. At first, the movement felt unnatural, almost exaggerated, as her body had grown accustomed to the cautious shuffle. But with daily practice, her muscle memory began to return. Over weeks, her stride became smoother and more assured, her posture improved, and the strain on her knees lessened significantly. "I feel like I'm walking with purpose now," Margaret said with a proud smile, her eyes bright with renewed confidence. Once again, she could stroll through her rose garden, savoring the scent of her flowers without the shadow of fear. You can begin retraining your walking pattern with a simple, low-risk exercise. Try walking barefoot across a soft, forgiving surface, such as a plush rug or carpet, where you can feel the ground beneath your feet. Focus deliberately on each step. Land gently on your heel, let your foot roll forward through the arch, and then push off with your toes to propel yourself forward. This mindful practice helps you reconnect with your body's natural rhythm, which may feel unfamiliar at first, especially if you've developed a habit of shuffling or walking flat-footed. If you need extra support, practice near a sturdy surface like a countertop or railing, where you can lightly hold on for balance. Over time, this heel-to-toe motion will become second nature, transforming each step into a quiet yet powerful act of strength and stability. To deepen the practice, consider incorporating it into short daily walks, starting with just 5 to 10 minutes. Pay attention to how your body feels. Notice the way your joints align, the reduced impact on your knees and hips, and the sense of control that comes with a purposeful stride. If you experience discomfort or have existing mobility challenges, consult a physical therapist or healthcare provider to tailor the technique to your needs. By committing to this mindful approach to walking, you'll not only enhance your balance and reduce your risk of falls, but also rediscover the joy of moving with confidence and ease, whether you're navigating your home, strolling through a park, or tending your version of Margaret's rose garden. Tip 4. Small steps, big confidence. For many, the image of a confident stride is one of long, sweeping steps that convey strength, vitality, and purpose. While such strides may indeed project dynamism, they can pose significant risks, particularly for older adults or those with mobility challenges. Long strides often involve overextending the legs, which shifts the body's weight backward and disrupts the natural center of gravity. This imbalance can destabilize posture, increase the likelihood of stumbles or falls, and place undue stress on already vulnerable joints, such as the knees, hips, and ankles, which may be affected by age-related wear, arthritis, or reduced muscle strength. Additionally, elongated steps can slow reaction times, making it more difficult to adjust to unexpected obstacles like uneven pavement, cracks, or debris. For older adults, where balance and coordination may naturally decline, this approach to walking can inadvertently heighten the risk of injury, undermining both safety and independence. In contrast, adopting a strategy of shorter, more deliberate steps offers a safer, smarter, and more sustainable approach to maintaining mobility. By keeping steps compact and controlled, you ensure that your body's center of gravity remains stable, reducing the risk of losing balance. Shorter steps allow for quicker, more precise movements, enabling you to respond swiftly to changes in terrain or unexpected obstacles. This technique not only minimizes strain on joints but also enhances overall stability, fostering a sense of confidence and control with every step. Far from being a concession to aging or limitation, choosing smaller steps is a proactive and empowering decision, one that prioritizes safety, preserves autonomy, and supports an active lifestyle. This approach allows individuals to continue enjoying daily activities, from strolls in the park to navigating busy environments, with greater ease and assurance. To illustrate the transformative power of this technique, consider the story of Frank, an 80-year-old former marathon runner whose love for walking was a cornerstone of his identity. For decades, Frank's long, powerful strides defined his runs and walks, symbolizing his strength and independence. However, after a near fall on his driveway, a moment that left him shaken and questioning his ability to continue his cherished routine, Frank began to fear that his days of carefree walking might be over. That stumble was a wake-up call, he reflected. I started to wonder if I was being reckless by clinging to the way I used to move. Determined to stay active and preserve his independence, Frank consulted a physical therapist who specialized in mobility for older adults. The therapist introduced him to the concept of shorter, rhythmic steps as a way to enhance balance and reduce fall risk. To help him adopt this new approach, she provided a practical exercise. Frank was to walk at a comfortable pace on a flat surface, count his steps over 10 seconds, and gradually aim to increase the number of steps while keeping them short, controlled, and evenly spaced. Initially, Frank was skeptical. He worried that shorter steps might make him feel less capable or slow him down unnecessarily. However, with encouragement from his therapist and a commitment to try something new, he began practicing this technique during his daily walks around his neighborhood. To his surprise, the change was both subtle and profound. Within just a few weeks, Frank noticed significant improvements. His steps felt steadier, his posture more upright, and his walks required less effort. Most importantly, the nagging fear of falling that had haunted him since his near miss began to fade. "I'm not chasing marathon times anymore," Frank said with a smile, "but I feel like I've rediscovered the joy of moving without worry. It's like I've reclaimed a part of myself." Frank's experience underscores how small, intentional adjustments can yield life-changing results, restoring not only physical stability but also the confidence to engage fully in daily life. You can incorporate this approach into your walking routine to enhance your stability and confidence. Start by observing your natural stride during a short walk, paying attention to the length of your steps and how your body feels as you move. Then, consciously shorten your steps, focusing on keeping them close to your body's midline and maintaining a steady, even rhythm. To gauge your progress, try the same exercise Frank used. Walk at a comfortable pace and count the number of steps you take in a 10-second interval. Over time, aim to slightly increase the number of steps within that time frame, ensuring they remain short and controlled. This practice can help you fine-tune your balance and coordination, making each step feel more deliberate and secure. If you use a mobility aid, such as a cane or walker, ensure that it stays close to your body rather than extended too far forward. Overreaching with a mobility aid can disrupt your balance, negating the benefits of shorter steps. For those new to this technique, practicing on a flat, stable surface, such as a hallway, a smooth park path, or even a treadmill with handrails, can help build confidence and familiarity. Consider incorporating simple exercises to complement this approach, such as standing on one leg for a few seconds to improve balance or practicing heel-to-toe walking to enhance coordination. If you're unsure about your mobility or have a history of falls, consulting a physical therapist or healthcare provider can provide personalized guidance and exercises tailored to your needs. Over time, you'll likely find that these smaller, intentional steps become second nature, seamlessly integrating into your daily routine. Far from limiting your movement, this technique empowers you to navigate your environment with greater assurance, whether you're strolling through a garden, running errands, or enjoying time with loved ones. These small steps are not just incremental improvements. They are monumental strides toward preserving your independence, enhancing your quality of life, and moving through the world with renewed confidence and purpose. By embracing this approach, you're not slowing down. You're making a strategic choice to move smarter, safer, and stronger, ensuring that every step you take is a step toward a more active and fulfilling life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Tip 5. Wake up your core, walk with power. While your legs are essential for carrying you forward, your core, the muscles of your abdomen, lower back, pelvis, and hips, plays an equally critical role in maintaining balance and stability. Think of your core as an invisible scaffold, anchoring your spine, supporting proper posture, and ensuring smooth, coordinated movements. As we age, core strength naturally declines, which can lead to slouched posture, increased strain on the legs, and a higher risk of falls. A weakened core forces your lower body to overcompensate, making every step feel less secure. The good news is that strengthening your core doesn't require grueling workouts, gym memberships, or complex routines. By incorporating small, intentional exercises into your daily life, you can awaken these vital muscles, building a foundation of stability that enhances your ability to walk with confidence and grace. Eleanor, an 81-year-old grandmother, experienced this transformation firsthand. Her evening walks with her grandchildren were a highlight of her day, but she began to feel unsteady, particularly on uneven sidewalks or grassy patches. "I was heartbroken at the thought of not being able to keep up with my grandkids," she shared. Worried about her increasing wobbiness, Eleanor consulted her doctor, who recommended a simple yet effective core-strengthening exercise. The doctor advised her to stand near a stable surface, like a kitchen counter, and lift one foot just an inch off the ground, holding the position for 5 seconds before switching to the other foot. Eleanor decided to integrate this exercise into her morning routine, practicing it while waiting for her coffee to brew. She also began engaging her core by gently pulling her belly button toward her spine during everyday tasks, like washing dishes. After a few weeks of consistent practice, Eleanor noticed significant improvements. Her balance was steadier, her posture was more upright, and she walked with a newfound sense of strength. "I feel taller, like I'm carrying my power inside me," she said, her eyes sparkling with pride. Eleanor's experience demonstrates how small, consistent efforts can revitalize your core and transform your mobility. You can start strengthening your core with equally accessible exercises that seamlessly fit into your routine. For instance, while brushing your teeth or standing at the sink, practice gently pulling your belly button toward your spine for 5 to 10 seconds, engaging your abdominal muscles before releasing. Alternatively, try a balance exercise. Hold onto a sturdy chair or counter, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and hold for a few seconds before switching sides. Aim to repeat this 5 to 10 times per side, gradually increasing the duration as you feel more comfortable. These exercises can be done in short bursts throughout the day, while waiting for the kettle, standing in line, or even watching TV. For added variety, consider seated core exercises, such as lifting both knees slightly while sitting in a chair, holding for a moment, and lowering them slowly. Over time, these small movements will build a stronger, more supportive core, giving you the stability to walk with poise and reducing the risk of falls. By investing in your core, you're not just improving your physical strength, you're cultivating a sense of inner resilience that empowers every step you take. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on the journey we've walked together today. These 5 simple yet powerful walking tips: looking up, swinging your arms, stepping heel to toe, taking smaller strides, and strengthening your core, are more than just techniques. They're your path to moving with confidence, reclaiming your independence, and living life without the shadow of fear. You're not just aging, you're adapting, growing stronger, and stepping forward with purpose. So, what have you learned so far? Which of these tips spark something in you? Maybe it's lifting your gaze to see the world again or taking smaller steps to feel steadier. Please share one thing you've learned and plan to bring into your daily life in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take that next fearless step. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's keep walking this path of strength and freedom together.